have sort of given up calling myself a therapist because it's not about therapy. The therapy is a stage, where people go to people that they think can help them, But I see myself more like a catalyst.
Okay.
The more I relax into my being, the more I create an energy field around me where people can relax in turn and, like I said, come to the place where the answers to that question lie waiting for them. Er is geen close-up meer.
Oh, dan doen we het even. Zo goed?
Ja. Ja.
Beide hebben lampjes branden. Ze filmen. Heb ik deze nog gegeven? Is die nou aan? Ja, goed.
Zit je er nou ook goed bij? Zo?
Ja.
Weer iets meer hierheen.
Zo.
Ja.
Zo is goed. Zullen we eventjes het Nederlands
Vergis ik mij dat hij een beetje scheef staat of is dat alleen het display? Hij kan volgens mij nog zo'n centimeter of 3-4 zakken, de camera.
Zo.
Of het statief. Ja, dat is wel goed, dat is wel goed.
Hij heeft geen stellingmogelijkheid.
Oké. Ja, dan moet hij ietsjes achterover, denk ik, anders dan. Of ik moet iets meer onderuit.
Onderuit. Ja, maar het is toch mooi zo?
Het is mooi, ja.
Het is goed.
Ja.
Oké, hier zijn we
dan. Kom
dan.
maar iets dichterbij, want je zit een beetje aan de rand van het beeld. Of vind je dat te eng of te lastig om de vraagstelling te formuleren?
Ik snap mijn neus even eerst.
Ja. We kunnen een heel klein beetje zo doen.
Ja.
Dan hoef je dan niet zo dicht bij mij te zitten. Doe nog eens. Ja.
Goed, even een buikje strijken.
Ja, hoe is het met je sixpack?
Het is dat 20 jaar geleden.
20 jaar geleden.
20 years ago. Mijn sixpack. Well, oké.
Ja.
When was it?
Is hij al aan het opnemen?
Yes.
Yes.
Het zijn beide.
Okay.
Zullen wij Engels of Nederlands spreken?
Maakt mij niet uit.
I think it's better to talk English because then it's easier for me to translate. Because the last time when I was interviewing you, I put the automatic translation of the subtitle. And your words were almost always right. And then the subtitle put my English words always wrong.
Really?
Yes, so it didn't understand my English, the YouTube.
It's a real problem.
Yes, I guess it's the pronunciation. When you pronounce the word
yes.
to the end, and then it's clear for the computer. All right, but this time let's not make a joke about my English.
Okay.
Please.
Well, if I can understand you, then most of the people who are looking at this will probably be able to understand you.
Yes, that's good.
Huh? Yeah.
And I guess the main thing is that we understand your message.
I don't have a message.
Message?
I don't have a message.
No?
No.
What are we doing here?
I mean, it's not really about a message. I think it's about it's a kind of communion.
Communion.
Yes, between you and me, and a communion with the people who are looking, who are watching. We are aware of their existence, of them looking at us right now, but we don't know them. But we can make a sort of a virtual connection with the people who are watching. But it's mainly about you and me, and about enjoying each other.
Yes. So in a way, we are looking for the future, but we are here and now in this communion.
Yes.
And I guess that's the message, to stay here and now. All right.
I mean, right now there's just the iced tea and the temperature of the glass, the cold glass, and you having your hands folded, and how that feels. And searching for the next thing to say.
When you say searching for the next thing to say, how can you dive deeper in that search?
By relaxing. You just check whether you are just tensing muscles that you do not need to use right now.
You are checking me, or you mean?
No. This is a way of landing in the here and now and being totally present. It is actually only about relaxation and being aware of your breathing, being aware of your surroundings, being aware of what's going on inside, and then without judgment.
Yes.
And even if there is a judgment, then being aware of that. Yeah.
Okay. So now I take my iced tea.
Yes.
So I have like a feeling that when the camera is on, it's like an outside awareness that is looking me, like I'm looking through the camera myself, I'm looking you, and then all the words which I say, how you say, they are not so simple anymore. They are not, it's vanzelfsprekend, what is it?
Niet zo vanzelfsprekend. I don't know the word vanzelfsprekend in English right now.
I check it later.
Yeah.
I put it in a subtitle.
Yeah.
Vanzelfsprekend. So I was looking your website, yoyo.nl, this morning, and I was reading your life story, what you had done. So you were born in the wartime, and so much happened with your family. And then I look so many lines of what you have been studying and doing, and are you a searching
How do you
soul?
describe yourself?
Well, actually, the search, I think, has started after my parents divorced when I was 6, and slowly came to realize that I was not going to see my father again because they were conflicting so much and he had found a new lover. And we were not going to see him anymore, and the pain of that separation, of that split, has had a deep impact on me. And they never ever happened to see each other again. So the search was for how is it possible to reconcile seemingly irreconcilable opposites. Not only in my father and mother, but also the split we see in the world. The pain of seeing people not understanding each other, the pain of the fear of the other, and the pain of wanting to destroy everything that is threatening to us. So that we need to have wars because we create enemies from the people who have different ideas, different feelings, different opinions about all kinds of things. And so we see them as a threat, and so they start behaving as if they are a threat, and then it becomes real, like we create our dramas in this world. And it all has to do with this illusion of separateness. We are all stemming from the same life energy, we have at the deepest core we have something in common with everyone who walks around here, who breathes with the trees, with nature, with the rocks. And we have forgotten that we are that life force, and that's basically the thing that binds us together. And we have forgotten, and the whole thing of awakening is slowly getting to remember that, and learning to see that same being, that same origin in everyone that you encounter.
Okay.
And being aware, becoming aware of our conditioning, the prejudices that we have adopted over time, and then coming to see that they are all one big mind game.
Conditionings.
Yeah.
Is it? What?
I mean, we have been brought up in a culture. We have been brought up in a certain family, and so we adopt the ideas that come with that culture, that come with that specific part of the world where we have grown up, and that particular part of society where our parents happen to be operating in. Yeah. And that's where the separation begins. It's us against the world. We have to protect ourselves. We have to secure ourselves. We have to control things so that we survive. It's one big survival game that we are wrapped up in.
So you are teaching non-duality.
Well, I'm creating situations in which people can suddenly sort of wake up to the realization that we are all one. Because non-duality cannot be taught. It is something that occurs to you when you happen to be in the circumstances that create that click, where you suddenly realize what you've been doing all the time.
And when you realize, what happens then?
The world becomes a lot less complicated. And it is more and more easy to look beyond the appearances, look beyond the behavior of people, and find that core that we have in common. So that you, by and by, you can drop, more and more judgments on yourself and judgment on other people.
You say first judgment on yourself and then the other. Is it always like it starts from ourselves? Or?
Yeah, it all starts with becoming aware how much you are denying who you are, denying the essence of who we are. Our rejection of ourselves is also something that we have learned. A newborn child has no judgments on itself. It's just being itself, And gradually, as we grow up, and we hear opinions of people about how we behave and what we do and what we don't do, then gradually we get this idea that there must be something wrong with me.
Yeah. And if there's something wrong in me, then there's something wrong in the outside.
Yes, and then also, of course, we start the universal right and wrong game. This is right, and this is wrong. This person is okay. That person is not okay. This person is dangerous. This person is no good. This is a criminal. This is a terrorist. This is a holy man, or
yes.
This is a guru, and it's all about seeing the world as apart from you, whereas the world and everything in it and on it, and not only this world but this whole constellation, this whole universe, it is stemming from the same root, the same creative force or primal intelligence that is pulsing in your blood, in your bloodstream, and regulating your organs, and making it possible for your brains to let in thoughts and ideas.
Yes, I would like to ask this about this right and wrong, because when I look back to my youth, the first relationships with the other person, they always say that the relationship is a learning process, and we can learn of ourselves. But what is the end in relationships, or how it goes? Would you say something about
Well, actually, a relationship where people start to know each other on a deep level is the place where gradually you drop your defenses and you show yourself as you are. And it's also the place where gradually over the years, over time, we discover our own devils and demons, because someone who's living so close to you and who knows so much about you, they can hurt you. They can stir up all the emotions that we have inside of us, and also the emotions that are not so nice.
Is it that's why very often the relationships don't last? They end after a while.
Yeah. More often than not, we end up escaping from the relationship. But then, if you haven't learned your lesson, if you haven't come to take back the projections that you had on the other, because the other is nothing but a reflection of yourself, then you will end up with the same kind of relationship. and with the same struggle and the same problems.
After honeymoon it starts.
Yes. Yeah, there's an English joke which says the riddle that says, when is the honeymoon definitely over? You know that one?
No. Oh, good.
The answer is when the quick one before lunch means a drink.
Ah.
Let's have a quick one.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay. I always think that to be equal is the right way to be in a relationship, because it's other one is suppressing the other one. Anyway, it's not possible to see ourselves in the other.
Well, it's always a game, of opposites. We are not equal in the sense that we are different. We have different characters, and in many relationships you see that one person is dominant and the other person is sort of submissive. But it's a game that both of them keep going. Like, you cannot dominate me unless I submit myself to you.
So you mean that the sadomasochist, sadist and a masochist, they, in a way, they can turn the places in their heads anyway, or?
Yeah, well, most of the time in relationship, it's just the one taking this position and the other taking that position. And then, you get these arguments about, but you're always wanting to have the last word, And but you're also always so passive and you don't do anything. You always get so upset and excited about things. Yeah, you never utter a word, But we do not realize that we see a reflection in our partner that is a projection of something that we do not live.
Can you tell me why is the reason that we don't see that? What is the reason?
But it's partly our character, and it's partly our genes, and partly our conditioning, our upbringing, that determines how we behave in our relationships at large. And in order to wake up to the other part of who we are, we need people who demonstrate those parts of us that lie dormant in each one of us.
Okay.
So we think we see the other being like that, but the other is just reflecting parts of ourselves that we would never do. Like, I would never do like this, You always do this, but that's not okay, You should be like me,
Okay.
Yeah. If you just wouldn't do this, or if you just would be a little bit more,
How do you know?
So we're trying to sculpt the other into the image that we have of the ideal partner.
And there is no ideal partner.
No, and but the relationship helps you to become aware of these projections, and when you are in a position, if you learn to take these projections back, and also see that you under certain circumstances you can have the same behavior as that partner, then gradually become more whole within yourself. And the more you are complete within yourself, the less need there is for a partner.
Yeah, but I was wanting to ask that. We are
looking for the complement, in the partner, but gradually we're looking for wholeness in ourselves.
I was wanting to ask just that there are so many people who are alone because of any reasons they don't have a partner. Is there like sometimes people are afraid of, they are so disappointed with the partner, so what is the way if somebody is alone but is not yet complete, what to do?
It depends on the character of the person, how he is how he was born, with what kind of genes, back over time, and the situations that come his way or her way. Some people stay alone, they don't know how to connect. Some people who don't have a partner, they clash with bosses, or they clash with colleagues, or they clash with the people in the supermarket.
And in class, they might have a fight.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So then they also encounter themselves in the other people that they meet in their lives.
So
if they don't interact with the world, they can become pretty limited, in how they experience life.
Okay. So the reactions to outside world is either because there is not the partner, or
the partner has the advantage that you're close together, so you're in a sort of a pressure cooker together, and
to be the first,
and the process of getting to know the depths of who you are and the depths of your patterns is quicker when you are together, when you're living together. But of course, we all have to deal with all kinds of people in our lives.
Yeah. Yes. What do you think about religions? What is a religion?
The word religion comes from religare, that which binds together. And what I see most religions do is just the opposite.
Religare.
To repair the split. Ligare is bringing together, repairing, putting together again in unity, to bring opposites back to unity. That's the literal meaning of religion.
Is it from Latin or?
Yeah.
Okay.
But what we see is that all these belief systems and all these cults, I would say, they do the opposite of binding, bringing people together. It's my religion against your religion, my belief against your belief. And so religions, for me, are the cause of struggle and war, as you can see, all around you. The thing is that as we don't know who we are and what we are here for and how the world works and how our bodies work, we grope in the darkness, and we need something to feel secure, to belong. And that's how communities, and also religious communities, came into being. But it's basically for protection. And so then around this belief system with certain rules and restrictions and regulations, they give a feeling of security. But at the same time, they are units that shield themselves off from other units. And if needs be, they start fighting other religions, other ways of thinking. And that's part of the drama, or the the comedy of life. Yeah. So if we say I believe this or that, what we are really saying, I don't know. But someone said this or that, and so maybe that's true. So I start believing that. But you don't know. You don't know for yourself. If you're honest, you have to say that you don't know if it's true.
I was talking yesterday with a friend who is about my age, and he said that we are getting older, so in a way it's useless to worry so much as when we were younger. So what is it, this getting older and less worrying? You see that?
Well, getting older is not in all cases, because there are people who become more and more worrisome as they grow older. There are many people who are afraid of death. I spoke with a person who is being with people who are dying, and she said that a lot of people are really fighting death, to the very end. And they're scared, and they don't want to die, and they're fighting and kicking and screaming, and they don't want to die. But we are going to die anyway.
What is the reason that the fear stays?
It's because we are so identified with the body. We are so identified with the mind and with our feelings that we cannot face the fact that these are going to end when we die. And it's because we have not realized that what we are, what we really are behind the body and the mind and the feelings, is that eternal life force that expresses itself over and over in new forms, new life forms. And that's that the end of this journey is the beginning of some other journey, in a new shape, in a new form, or sometimes, as people who believe in reincarnation say, that it's a new life for the soul, and also literally, when our body falls apart in its components, all the molecules and the atoms, they reorder themselves and they become something else. I mean, the maggots are eating our flesh and shitting it out, and then new organisms, they live on that, and they live on that and that and that. So
if somebody's scared of maggots, wormen, madot in Finnish, so when the person is dead, they eat us anyway.
Yes, they eat us anyway.
Oh, then the fire burns us.
Actually, as we eat vegetables, and we eat meat, and we eat rice, and we eat potatoes. That comes from the earth, So we're eating the earth. That what comes from the earth, and then it gets transformed into organs and into movements and into thoughts and into actions. And then when we die, we are being eaten in turn. So we go back to the earth.
A nice future. Back to the beginning.
It's a circle. Yeah, so there's not really anything to worry about. But it's about realizing this on such a deep level that you stop clinging to the body, stop clinging to your ideas, stop clinging to your feelings. And that's when there is a calm or a peace that is descending in you. a place where you can always go to, which is beyond the body and the mind and the feelings.
The modern time is so special now because so many people have possibility to start meditate, to do different groups, to create their own identity, meet gurus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a very rich time.
Yes.
In that sense, there is some guru or teacher for everyone, and so with the media, we can practically be connected to the whole world, to the entire globe.
I was thinking that when I look at Google, I can find everything about everything. So in fact, I could create my own knowledge about everything without going anywhere, just sitting behind the.
Yeah, but don't forget that the knowledge is borrowed knowledge.
Yes.
Unless and until you experience it for yourself, then it can become your truth.
What is the difference between this knowledge that you accumulate in the mind and then this experience?
Yeah.
How does it work?
The one is just illusion, and the other one, and belief, and the other one is your knowing. The knowing that comes with experience.
What is experience?
If you have burned your hand, then you know what fire is.
I did it once.
Yes. So, and someone can tell you, no, you were just imagining, this is not true. You say, I know it's true. I have my hand on fire, That's your truth. And people can stand on their head and deny it, but you know for yourself what it feels like.
So the same is as with the body is as with the spirit and mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. The same with love. When you experience love, you cannot explain what it is, but you know what it is.
Tell me about love. What is love?
Love is what we are, deep down, and what we usually call love is looking for someone that can complement you, looking for someone who can fill your needs, either physical or emotional or mental. And neediness is not love. It's very practical to find someone who can cook your meals and who can do your shoppings and who can iron your shirts and stuff. But had nothing to do with love.
But isn't it the first step towards the love in ourselves, to connect through other people? Versus somebody's monastery, sitting alone, very many monks.
Actually, when we come to realize that what we are is love, and that when we fall in love, the person is just opening up this feeling for us, but the feeling is ours, and it's not dependent on an outside source. So, but it has to be activated by people that you meet, and then the one who's activating this feeling, you say, oh, I have to stay with this person because this feeling is connected with this person, and that's the misunderstanding. And you can cherish the feeling of love that the person has activated in you, and take it with you without ever seeing that person again.
You say beautiful. You can cherish the feeling that the person has activated in you. So you can keep it with or without the person.
Yeah.
Because it's waken up.
That sweetness is yours.
What happens to this love and all this spirituality when we die? What happens?
I don't know.
No?
No. Do you? We'll see.
I don't want to believe anything. Not even that I don't believe anything.
But it's nice to speculate, on what happens.
What is like? What would you like to speculate? What happens to all this?
I prefer not to speculate anymore.
So is it like a mystery?
Yeah, what I see is that bodies come and go, and organisms come and go, and so this organism is probably also going, and then new organisms will come out of that force, that life force that is keeping me going, that is fueling this system. The energy that is keeping me going will just be there. There's nothing that gets lost in the universe. The energy will find other ways to play the game of lila.
Nowadays in the social media is a lot like about twin flames, some other flames, soulmates, whatever. What happens with these twin flames and soulmates?
It's also a belief.
Yes.
I believe that this is my twin sister. I believe I've met him in a previous life, but you don't know. You can't prove it. You can't. It has no sustenance. But if you believe it, you make it true for yourself.
So it can be positive. It can help the person to.
I don't know if it's positive or negative. It depends on the person, I think.
Because then there are people who are denying everything.
Well, it's not a question of denying. It is not a question of denying or believing. It's just a question of being honest to yourself and just saying I don't know when you don't know, and not start talking like a parrot about what you've read in the papers or what you've read in this or that scientific book, whatever.
I have a feel like there's kind of curiosity, like how I can fish something deeper knowledge from you, because you must have it, because I read the list of what you've been doing and all the workshops you give, and this is so much material. So the curiosity is there. That is there anybody who can tell us the truth about life and death and everything what there is? Or is that the real guru who doesn't keep the key because
there's no outside source that can give you the answers. All the answers that you're looking for are somewhere here. And but you can expose yourself to situations and to gurus who have devices that let you stumble upon your own answers. And that's what you can do. You can go to places where you are being shaken, where you're being kicked, where you're being laughed at, where you're being put upside down, and then you can just come to the point where you stop asking for a solution, stop asking for an answer, and you go inside to find your own answers.
Fishing again, trying to fish.
Yeah, that's okay. Try.
Help somebody. What is the answer?
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah. Well, you can come and join me on an intensive one day, and then we can have some fun together.
You are going now to Samos.
Yeah.
And it's increased. There's a swimming pool.
No, there's the sea.
There's the sea.
Just right in front of your nose. Just a flight of stairs and you're in the water.
Nice. So you have been giving workshops around the world.
Yes.
And how does it feel like you go somewhere and there are people coming and then you are there?
It's always a lot of fun because people come with all kinds of questions and all kinds of problems, and by as the days go by, somehow in what's happening between them and what's happening around you, they forgot that they have questions. They forget that they have questions. Or they forget that they have problems, because there's so much in the moment, here and now, that it's just an ongoing unfolding of the love that's inside of us. So when you just relax in such a way that you can fall through all your assumptions and all your ideas, then there is no problem. There is just the sharing of love, the sharing of friendship, the sharing of the joke of life.
The joke of life.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then, when they go back home, they can, if they like, they can pick up their problems again. But as long as they're in the setting, it's very hard to keep up your problems.
Is that the why people go to workshops and so, because they can step out from the daily life and for a couple of days be in fact what they always really are.
Yeah.
The deepest. The love.
And that's our deepest longing.
Yes.
To be here and now and be the way we are at any given moment. And some people say, yeah, but it's not possible when you go back into society, but it's not true. We create. We cannot create the circumstances that come our way, but we can learn to interpret the circumstances the way we want. So we can come to a stage where we can either choose to be upset about things or not. That we can either be joyful about what we're doing, or just looking at the things we need to do as a drag. And when you develop that capacity, to give your own interpretation to whatever happens to you, then you can be happy all the time. Even when you're sad, even when you're angry, even when you're in despair, there is nothing that you cannot enjoy if you just fully give in to it, fully embrace what's happening.
Is it what you in your life as a therapist have walked towards? In this, what you say now?
Yeah. It has been a gradual process, and I have needed every single person in my life who crossed my path. So I'm very grateful to all the people that I loved and the people that I hated as well.
Yeah, because I read that there is a saying that if you really want to learn about yourself, become a therapist and be honest. Because you can help others as far as yourself are.
Yeah, but I have sort of given up calling myself a therapist. Because it's not about therapy The therapy is a stage, where people go to people that they think can help them, But I see myself more like a catalyst.
Okay.
The more I relax into my being, the more I create an energy field around me where people can relax in turn and, like I said, come to the place where the answers to their question lie waiting for them. Yeah.
Catalyst.
And it needs a certain alternation of being alone with yourself and being in interaction with the people around you, and then going back to yourself, and then be meeting mirrors and other mirrors and more mirrors that reflect aspects of yourself that you haven't seen before, and then either be very happy or be shocked or be, is this also me, and then going back to yourself and integrating what you have seen as part of yourself, and also integrating the feelings that it creates in you. So yeah, it's like a wave, like a what do you call that? The figure 8. That's a lemniscat. So
number 8.
Going outside and into the world, going back to essence, to the space beyond the body, beyond the mind, and beyond the feelings. And when you have come to appreciate your aloneness, then more and more you feel at home wherever you are, with whomever you are. And you can be yourself all the time. You don't have to keep up, appearances, and you stop being afraid of what people think of you, because whatever they think, they're right, because that's also me. Whatever they think of me, yeah, that's also me, but I'm also the opposite of what they think. And that's the process of becoming more and more complete.
And when you let the others think whatever they want to think,
yeah,
you don't judge the others anymore.
No.
And then
apparently they think of me because they have had certain experiences, and that's okay.
So
I see people suffering sometimes from who I am, and that's their choice, Well, maybe it's not their choice because it's happening unconsciously, but the more conscious you become, the more you can see that it's your own choice to be to feel offended, or to feel happy, or to feel joyful with whatever happens to pass in your life. There's a saying if you get what you want, that's success, and success in the end always fails. But if you want what you get, that's happiness.
If you want what you get, that's happiness.
How many times has it happened in your life that you didn't get what you want, and then later you found that it was the best thing that could have happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
So when you can relax in going with everything that presents itself, even if it looks like something horrible, then more and more you develop this what I call radical trust in life, that has brought you here and that will take you on new journeys after this life.
Yes, I feel that we have a tendency to wish only the good things in life, but I say terugslag. What is terugslag in English? They happen.
Backlash.
Yeah, they happen anyway.
Yeah.
And in a way, then is they are the blessings, because then we can.
Blessings in disguise.
Yeah, we can enjoy the both, in fact, then, because there's some way balance between.
Well, that what you call good things, we all only want the good things in life. That's also a matter of how you look at it, you know. Some people think it's not good to cry. Some people think it's not good to be afraid. Some people think it's not good to be unhappy. But if you allow the feeling of being unhappy totally and do not resist it, then it will just pass, you know, and there's no problem.
And when everything is
and when
passing,
you're in pain, you can groan, you can moan, you can cry, you can scream, and if you don't have a judgment on that, also then the pain will ease, and we are made in such a way that we can cope with it. And if we can no longer cope with it, we lose consciousness. It's simple as that. And eventually we die.
And when everything is said and everything is done, what then?
Then ecstasy remains, you know, looking at the sunset and picking those last grapes from the vineyard that are drenched with the sun of a long, hot summer.
So,
shall we call it a day?
Shall we call it?
Shall we call it a day? Shall we say that we are finished for now?
Are we finished now?
Or do you still have a question?
Well, to you I always have a question, because it's so nice to hear you talking. Yeah? So I just can't keep on talking some stupid things that you can give me some wisdom again. This is a nice part of it, making interview, and you have such a patience.
Yeah.
You just can explain it again and again. But okay, I got it.
Well, the only thing I can say is that all the horrible things that have happened in my life and all the things that I have abhorred, they have contributed to my feeling at ease and at peace with myself now. And and it wasn't always nice, you know, in the process. It was sometimes a nightmare. But I needed all these nightmares also to become more and more whole, you know, more and more at one with myself.
Yes.
And so, yes, the only thing I can say is just welcome everything that comes your way, and when you have given up your resistance to whatever appears in your life, then you become free. Then you will find the ultimate freedom. I just heard Sadhguru say a quote from him, and he said, yeah, the ultimate freedom is when you can say, even if I go to hell, I will have a happy life.
And then we go to heaven.
It's also nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about not having any ideas about what should or should not happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, is that the spiritual person's trademark? There are no yes or no's. Or is there anything like a spiritual person?
All the people that you meet that you call wise have somehow come to that conclusion. You know that there is no right or wrong. There is no you and me. There is no good and bad. I have sort of given up calling myself a therapist because it's not about therapy. The therapy is a stage, you know, where people go to people that they think can help them, you know. But I see myself more like a catalyst.
Okay.
The more I relax into my being, the more I create an energy field around me where people can relax in turn and, like I said, come to the place where the answers to that question are waiting for them.
Okay, I make this nice YouTube video and we'll see.
Yeah.
So I put all the information of you and your where people can find you.
Great.
And maybe some music in background.
You can help me. You can help me put it on my YouTube channel.
Yes.
You know how to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easy. So we say hello.
Yeah, we say bye. Bye to you.
I hope you enjoyed this.
Bye to the world.
Yes. Yoyo in Netherlands.